Hi, Loretta. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you, Miss
It's
Sadie?
good.
Yeah,
I'm glad you came in today.
yeah.
I'm really looking forward to working with you. But before we get started, I just want to go over a few things in regards to confidentiality.
Mhm.
If you want to follow along with me on this piece of paper,
Mhm.
and when we're done, you can initial by each one and then sign at the bottom and date, and I'll provide you with a copy so you have it. You have a file for your records.
All right.
So, in regards to confidentiality,
Mhm.
number one, if you threaten to harm or kill yourself or another person, I am legally and ethically required to take action to protect the safety of a threatening another person.
Okay.
Possible actions could include informing the intended victim, arranging for your hospitalization,
Mhm.
notifying family support systems, or alerting law enforcement.
Mhm.
Two, if I know or suspect abuse or neglect of a child, an elder person, or a disabled person, I am required to report my concerns to the Department of Children and Families. 3. If I am ordered by a court order to testify or share records, I must do so.
All right.
This is different from a subpoena or from an attorney requesting your records or information.
Mhm.
Number 4. If if you name me in a lawsuit, the law states that I can and sometimes am obligated to reveal information that will otherwise be confidential.
All right.
Do you have any questions and concerns in
No.
regards to anything was said in regards to
No.
confidential? Okay, if you could just please sign in each one and then sign at the bottom and date, and I'll make sure I get you a copy for your records by the end of this session.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you.
you, Loretta. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so what brings you in today? What's going on?
Well, today was a very stressful day. My I went to work
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just I don't know. I'm just so tired now. Just tired. Like I'm getting drained. And I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know if it's too much or what's going on with me, but I'm just drained.
What do you mean drained?
Like, I'm constantly trying to fight to keep my eyes open. I mean, I go to sleep at 9 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
literally. Go to sleep at 9 o'clock to 10
Pretty
o'clock.
early.
Yes, it is pretty early, but I know that I need to be energized for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guess, and by 7 o'clock, I'm up and getting dressed and doing all those stuff for me to get ready to go to school. I'm there at 8 o'clock, sometimes 8:05, 8:10.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up my kids. I'm up all day. And then as soon as that 12 o'clock runs comes around, I just want to go take a nap, a nice nap. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so drained and I don't know what to do. I've been exercising.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to eat healthy, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not working. I don't know. So
So is it you're feeling exhausted or
I'm
just drained
I'm
throughout the day?
I'm feeling drained throughout the day.
Okay.
Hmm.
So is it a what do you think could be the issue with that?
I don't know. Like I know sometimes I do wake up in the middle of the night and just start thinking about what I need to do, what's going on, like facts that I need to do. Like for example, I would wake up in the middle of the night and start thinking, okay, I gotta do this with the kids. I gotta do that with the kids. Oh, I need to remind myself to make sure that I do this. Make copies and make sure the work for Title One is done. I have to make sure that I do all of those assignments, and I'll think throughout, and I'll just do a mental review of what happened throughout the day. Did the kids get it? Did they understand it? And then with my classes that I'm taking here, I
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure that I'm trying, at least doing, I'm giving my all, and I reflect during the during that time, and just think about like, am I actually doing, am I actually doing, working, giving my all to it, and I am, I,
Oh, okay.
I am.
Maybe just a little too much.
A little too much, but I am like I just everything goes through it the whole day, through everything that I've done through the day during that 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking of it.
So I see what you're saying. Are you saying that when it maybe perhaps you're drained because when it comes time for you to lay down at night, you wake up sometime during the night thinking about things that you have to do the next day.
And what I've done the day before.
Okay. Is it things that you have not finished or things that are just still in your mind?
It's still on my mind. Sometimes there are things that I'm not finished off that I haven't finished also. So.
Okay. So what are some of the things that are still in your mind?
I have papers to write. I also have grades that I had. Like for example, last week I had papers to write. I also had to study for my exam and my midterms, and also I had to do what's that called? I had a given grade, report card grades for the 9 weeks.
Okay.
And that's within itself stressful. And papers that I have to grade, I even come home with the papers to grade, So that's it. Like, and then getting ready for meetings, conferences, parent-teacher conferences. So that's what it is.
How do you manage your time as now? What do you do?
In the morning, I don't really manage it, to be honest. I just, if I know it's got to be done, it's got to be done. I just do it right there.
But a lot of what you're struggling with is having things not finished. So they're not getting done to some extent. So what do you think you could do in order to make things run a little smoother and maybe get those things done at a certain time that you would like for them to be done instead of thinking about it throughout the night?
Well, some things that I would like to get done, I could do maybe is get an agenda planner.
That will always help.
That always helps. But at the same time, it's fun time to write things in it because I'm always constantly using sticky notes, and I usually dedicate days to what I'm going to be doing. Like a Friday evening, I say, okay, I'm going to be in my classroom grading papers. So Friday evening, you will see me in my classroom grading papers. And I make a mental note of that. And then Saturday morning, I'm in the library doing homework, studying, reading up on information that I need to do for next class.
So on Fridays, you say you designated time for grading your papers and doing your schoolwork on Fridays and Saturdays. Is everything getting done during that time?
Most of my work is usually getting done during that time. I can't bring anything home because I know that I won't do it. Because as soon as I go home, I'm on the bed sleeping.
Okay, so that's a good thing. So, you know that once you go home, you're just not going to be able to focus. So at least you know that. So that's one thing, you can't even look at that option because you know when you go home, you're not going to do any work. So that's a good thing, you know, about yourself.
Yeah.
Some people may, say, okay, I'm going to do work when I get home and never look at it. Never look at it. So that's good. You acknowledging you're aware of it. So about the work that's not getting done, what exactly happens? Is it that you get tired and you're not finishing it?
That's exactly what it is. It's like I get tired and I'm like, you know what, that's it. I'm done. Like I can't do it anymore because I have to know my limits. And that's my limit.
And like you do.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I have after school on Friday evenings, so I get off at 6, and 6 to 8, I'm in my classroom actually doing school, grading papers.
Okay.
And if those 2 hours are up, that's it, and I'm done. At 8 o'clock, I go home, try to find something to eat. If I don't, go to sleep, stomach, and and then just go to sleep and then wake up bright and early, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, thinking about things that I'm gonna need to do on
Okay.
Saturday.
So as of right now, you designated Friday for your work related stuff and Saturday for your school related things.
Saturday, Sunday.
Do you use any other management skills, maybe writing down what you need to do or putting it in your phone or?
No, I don't.
Have you tried that?
I tried, and it works for a couple of weeks, and then it stops.
Mm-hmm.
So I have given up on writing things down. Like I'll write it down for a couple of days, couple of weeks, and then I'll stop.
What things do you know without a doubt that you're gonna have to do weekly?
Weekly, I know weekly I have to grade papers. Weekly,
So,
I also have to make sure that my homework for school, for school, is actually done each week. So
those are two things without a doubt. No matter what week you're in, you're gonna have to do for a week.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
regardless,
and the readings, yes, that I have to do for class.
So regardless, you're gonna have to do those three things.
Mm-hmm.
And is it other stuff that just comes out of nowhere that maybe throws you off of it?
Yes, like for example, out of nowhere, I'm doing other things for maybe other people, or I have to make sure, like for example, out of nowhere, I already have lesson plans that I need to do for my church back home, and I have to try to find the time to actually do that because it is my responsibility. It is my responsibility, or I can't say it's my responsibility, but I need to make sure that if something happens, it's not my fault, because if I do what I need to do, then
there won't be any issues.
There won't be. If there's an issue, it'll fall on somebody else, but not on me.
Yeah. You want to make sure your responsibilities are done.
Yeah. Okay. That's right.
Well, it seems as though 3 things you have to get done.
Yes.
Your homework, grading papers for your work related, for your students, and reading. So without a doubt, those 3 things are gonna have to get done.
Yes.
For a week.
Yes.
So unfortunately, there's no way we can tell, things that may come out throughout the week.
Exactly.
But maybe if you kind of strategize and think of a way that could help you take care of those 3 things, and then when something else comes on that you're not prepared for, what you already need to do was taken care of.
Yes.
Have you tried? So you said Friday and Saturday are your days.
Friday, work. Usually Friday and Saturdays. Sometimes I'll come in Monday morning, continue on grading Tuesday morning, because if I get there extra early, which means I have to start my day a lot earlier than it is.
Yeah.
And it'll be, I would just keep on working on certain things. Like every little bit of time that I have, I'll say, okay, let me just bring these with me and just do it. Or if, for example, if I go out to lunch or dinner, while I'm sitting alone, I'll take out papers or I'll take out a book, one of the textbooks, and I'll read up on that just to help.
At dinner?
Yeah, just to help out. Of course, do I retain anything? That is an issue.
Yeah.
That is an issue, but I do try to make sure that I know something, at least something about what's gonna happen.
Okay. So
Mhm.
let's kind of step back a bit.
Mhm.
What is what look throughout think about your week, think
Mhm.
about the days. What would be some downtime? Okay, let's go through every day. Monday.
Mhm.
What's some downtime? What are some hours that you have maybe some time to set aside and do work?
Oh, Monday I get off. Well, for my teacher planning hour would be 2 to 3,
Okay.
and that's when the kids are in after school, and I would just be sitting there doing also the grading papers because I give a lot of home. I do give a lot of work. I do give a lot of homework. They have like six. They have 6 subjects, 6, 7, 8 subjects. They're getting homework in those subjects.
Okay.
Of course, they don't take that long
Complete.
to complete because I give them time in class. Whatever they don't finish in class, it goes home for
Okay.
homework. So they do complete majority of the assignments, but I have to sit there and grade those assignments to make sure that they're actually learning. So 2 to 3, I'm grading papers, making plans for the next day, or do I need? Well, not making plans because my plans are already done by Monday. My plans are already done for that next week because I have to turn in my lesson plans for that week.
Okay.
Mhm.
So when are you doing your lesson plans?
um, Friday.
So Friday you're doing lesson plans and grading papers.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So 2 to 3,
Mhm.
you would say the majority of the time is spent on
Grading.
Mondays
Grading
grading
papers.
papers.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And what other time?
And then 3:30, 3:30. I'm out doing 3 o'clock to 3. Well, for 30 minutes, I'm out doing car duty. After I come from doing car duty, I'm actually coming into the classroom, getting ready to come to class. So I'm doing a little extra reading, making sure that I know what the professor's gonna be talking about.
So about 4 you're doing this?
Mm-hmm. Well, 3. 3:34. Uh-huh.
So at 4, what are you doing?
Still
You're
reading.
Still reading.
Uh-huh.
What time do you leave from your workplace to go to class?
I try to leave at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I try to leave at 5 o'clock. To get here at a timely manner. Sometimes I forget that class starts at 5:30 and come in at 5:40. But I'm working on it. I am working on it. Yeah. But majority of the time I do come in early to
So from about 3:30 to 5, you're reading for your class. And then your class ends at 8:30. And then
I exercise. I have to go to the gym to be somewhat healthy, at least for an hour. If the professor lets us out early, I'm able to go to the gym and just exercise. At least that would be my stress relief. some some stress relief. It
and
takes
that's
off some
good.
stress.
At least you know that that will help you eliminate some stress because you do need that time to yourself to kind of, let everything go and get a sound peace of mind.
Yes. So that's what I do.
And what time do you do that?
For
Go to the
gym. I go to the school gym, so they close at 9. So it's
no
from it'll be right after class I go.
So about 7:30 to 9.
7:30 to 9.
Okay, so at 9, then you do what?
Yeah, 9. Usually I come to the library. The library is my best friend. I'm telling you, library is my best friend. Or I go home and go to sleep. So sometimes I'll go to the library. Other times, I go home and go to sleep.
So if you do go to the library, what are you doing?
If I go to the library, either I'm doing finding my next journal article, or I'm doing nothing, just checking my email. And that's it.
How long do you stay at the library?
Or, huh?
How long do you stay at the library?
Till 10, 11?
And you're just checking emails?
Just checking email. Well, I respond to these emails. I have to check Facebook. No. I have to check Facebook.
Facebook.
Facebook is very popular these days,
Oh, yeah.
That's my
very
one.
time consuming.
Yes,
Distracting.
it is. It is. It's very distracting.
So you're on Facebook, checking
emails,
emails.
and listening to Christian music.
Oh, okay.
So.
And that's from about 9 to 11, sometimes 10.
So, yeah, sometimes. Like, I don't take that and just run with it. No.
Okay.
So, I sometimes.
So we'll put to about 10. And then Tuesdays. How's your days on Tuesdays?
Same.
Pretty much the same.
Same thing. Okay. Including Wednesdays.
Wednesdays are the same. How is Thursday?
Thursday, I go to work. I don't have after school duty on Thursday. So I work, I grade papers, I start doing my reading. So
and you're grading papers from 2 to 3 also?
2 to 3, of course, but also I'm from 3:30 to whenever to 6. I'm grading papers and reading.
So 3:30 to 6. So about from 2 to 3 you're grading papers. And then from 3:30 to 6 you're also grading papers. And then what do you normally do after that?
After that, I'm doing reading, and I'm trying to go to choir practice. I'll try, but if I don't, it's just me going home and going.
What time is choir practice?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So if you do stay, you're doing.
If I stay, I'll stay at work because choir practice is right across the street.
So if you do stay, you're working on your schoolwork. Okay, and that's from about 6 to 8. And that's if you stay. How often do you stay?
I don't know. Not very often.
Not very often.
Not very often.
So most of the time you're going home at 6.
And then I hit the bed at 7.
It's a lot. It's a lot going to school and work. It can get. I understand, and that's part of trying to manage your time because you have to also find time to sleep because you're running constantly. So I understand. It's a lot.
Or I'll go to the gym also.
Okay, so you may go to the gym. Friday. What does your Friday look like?
I'm in school from 7 to 6. No, not 7 from 6. I'm sorry, 8 to 6.
8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
To 6 p.m. because I have after school duty. I can't bring any work because I have to make sure the kids are safe and I am aware of what they're doing. I do after school with preschoolers, so I have to be constantly moving.
Yeah, because they're constantly moving.
Oh, yeah. I try to do activities with them, cutting, coloring, doing centers, whatever they are. So, yes, yes. So I'm working all the time with them.
So from 8 to 6, you are working.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything after 6?
After 6, of course, I'm doing something. I'm actually getting grades again because I had spelling tests on Friday.
So you're doing grades?
Yes.
What time are you doing grades to?
6 to 8.
6 to 8. And then, are you doing anything after 8 o'clock?
No, no, I have a lack of social life.
So, is it at 8? You're just kind of relaxing, taking in
Mhm.
the week. You're not
Mhm.
really. Do you want to do any work after 8, or
If I have to, if I know that I have a huge week ahead of me, I will be doing work. There's no
but not
from the librarian,
necessarily, not on a weekly basis? You're
not on a
doing.
weekly
Okay.
basis. No.
What are you doing Saturday?
I'm in the library.
What time do you come to the library?
Around sometimes 11, sometimes 12.
Okay.
Mhm.
So it's about 12. And how long do you stay?
um, 7,
To
8,
7 p.m.?
7 p.m., 8.
What are you working on during that time?
Schoolwork. Um, yeah, schoolwork.
Just schoolwork, no
Mhm.
grading papers, just schoolwork.
Schoolwork.
And schoolwork and reading, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Okay.
Mhm.
Sunday, what are you doing?
I am in church.
So
That
you don't do
is, I'm not
anything.
doing nothing. I
So
am in
Sunday,
church.
you are not doing anything.
I'm going to church.
You're not focused. That's it.
That's
Sunday is
it.
church and that's it.
Yes, I
So
have nothing
Sunday
else.
is out the
I am
question.
relaxed. The only time I know that I took off was before midterms, and I had to study, and I just kept on going. I
Mhm.
went to church that morning, came from church, study, 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 study. Um, I'm actually also doing a Bible study on not, not Jonah, but James,
James.
the
Okay.
brother of Jesus. So yeah, I'm usually reading that
Okay.
on Sunday afternoon because I didn't read my Bible study throughout the week. So
Okay.
I'm reading
So
that.
that's your designated time.
Time.
Sunday is just church. No
Yeah.
school, no
No
work,
school.
anything.
No. That's my
Okay.
Jesus time.
I understand. I understand you
Yeah.
need that peace of mind, whatever
Yes.
helps you get through the week. I
Mhm.
understand. So basically, I had you go through your schedule to see
Mhm.
how much time you put away for the week.
Mhm.
Um, and I want to ask you, how much time do you think you need to complete your grading paper, to complete grading papers in your lesson plans? How much time do you think you need? How many hours?
How many hours? See, I don't know. I've never calculated like that. When I go in, I go in.
Okay, so do you do a lot of written work?
Yes, they do
So
a
it
lot of
does
reading.
take
It
time
takes
to read.
yes,
And
yes.
how many students do you have?
8 kids.
8 kids.
Mhm.
So,
And one of those kids, it's sixth grade work.
mhm,
Um, and I'm pretty much doing it mentally.
mhm,
Where the other kids, I have a book where it gives me all the
the
answer, a
guidelines.
guideline. But the sixth grade, like the way he writes and the way he does it, I'm I stand in awe of him. But for him to get better at what he does, I want him to
Mhm.
actually, I want to continue to challenge what he is, like what the level that he's on. I just want to continue to challenge him, and he's very, very, very smart,
I see what
very
you're
smart.
saying.
And so when I do challenge him, that challenge takes time for me to actually grade his
Okay.
grade his paper. So
Okay.
it does take quite a few. So.
So,
Mhm.
um, does it take maybe about 30 minutes for each student?
Yes, I can say that because I tried to understand how did they get their answer? How did they come to
Mhm.
that answer that they got? And then for each problem, I take my time just to see, okay, maybe this is a problem, and then I find another one. Okay, maybe next time this is how I should teach
Okay.
it, show it, and I do break them up into small groups. So I have kids on total different ranges, where I'm working constantly on. Sometimes I have to work one on one, group setting, individual, and I have one student I work with, two students that work by themselves on their own pace. 2 students. I have another group of students, 3 students that work together in their own pace. And then I have another group of students that work together in their own pace. And I'm working with a lower level group, and the higher level group are going is
Kind
going.
of learning themselves.
Okay. And then there's a very low student that's in my class that I have to constantly look for work for him to continue to try to continue to make him improve, help him improve. And I'm trying to implement strategies, and he needs a lot of my time.
Okay.
He needs a lot of my time. Even with tests, I have to give it to him orally. There's some things that he's just not capable of doing that I have to accommodate to him.
Okay.
The lower kid, my lower group, I have to literally sometimes have to sit there with them and
To
actually
help them
help
focus.
have them focus, and not only have them focus, I have to actually have them. How can I say this? Help them just think, like not think, but just use the strategies that I've been teaching them.
Mm-hmm.
Just just for them to use it, because if they were to just listen to what I was saying, they would totally be good.
Okay.
Totally be good, because when I sit there and I just ask them the same questions over and over, they get it. It's not that they know, they get it, and it's just that the information just goes through one ear and out the other.
Would you say that a combination of having to be so tedious and on point with those students, and having to come home and do grading papers and doing your schoolwork just brings a lot on you?
It does.
And do you think that if things were a little bit more managed properly as far as your grading papers, or it would be easier for you to be in the classroom?
It would. I think it would. I mean, like my focus, sometimes I can just space and just start thinking about
what you have to do.
what I have to do.
Yeah. So we know about 30 minutes you need for each student when you're grading their papers. About 30 minutes. Is this for one assignment, or
just for example, if I'm grading math, I take my time. I look at how they solved the problem, because they did all that work. I should look at the work that they did.
Yeah.
I should look at the work that they did.
You don't have the right answer.
No. I look at the work that they did, so I can see where they made that mistake.
Okay.
And before I test them, I want to be able to to see. I'm not gonna try to test you when you have failed all of your assignments.
Okay.
I need to make sure that you know what you're doing. So when I do give you that test, you are successful, or you are producing to the best of your.
So you try to make that connection. Okay, if they're not doing so well, obviously something isn't connecting.
Exactly.
So you try to help the student and really try to figure out different ways to get them to understand the concept.
Exactly.
So that's good. In order to focus so much on that, you really need to allow time for other things as far as grading papers. So you do have time to focus on those things in the classroom.
Yeah.
So maybe we could say about 6 hours. You think would be 6 hours a week, or
6, 7, 8 hours?
8 hours. So we'll say 8 hours a week for grading papers. What about homework and reading for your class?
I read slow.
Okay.
Read slow, and I like to take my time to actually see or understand what I'm reading. I can't. I have to actually think of examples while I am reading. Literally, like think of it so that I can understand, because I'm such a visual person. So there's constantly have to be a movie or something going on in my head for me to understand what is being read or what is being said. I learn through examples. I learn through doing, and that's what I have to take my time and actually read it. And even sometimes when I do read, I'm still not done reading what needs to be read because I have to sometimes constantly go back, reread what I read, write notes, jot down little notes, jot down what's going on, and then be able to move on. So it takes a long time for me to read.
So for homework and reading,
Yes.
do you think it would take about 9 to 10 hours?
More than that.
More than that.
Yes, let's say that. More than that.
So,
I don't have a time limit on that.
Maybe, okay, maybe we'll say at the most 12 hours.
Okay.
At the most.
At the most.
But the good thing about when you manage your time, you can always kind of schedule time that will allow you to go back and, finish things that aren't done or you need clarification on. You can set aside time and say, okay, I'm setting aside this time because in case I didn't understand something while I was reading. So it's a good thing about learning how to manage time and doing it properly. So right now, I would just say 12 hours for reading and homework.
Yeah.
So altogether, for grading papers and homework and reading, it's about 20 hours a week, which isn't bad. I mean, it's expected.
Yeah.
They say however long you're in class, you're supposed to double the time
Yeah.
and studying, so it's not bad. And that's not including things that may come up and if you do need to go back and clarify or reread something in your text. So, and we also went through your schedule for the week because you came in today to address feeling drained and feeling all these issues of not getting things completed and just not understanding where your time is going and when things are getting completed. So I think we did pretty good for today. We set out, okay, what she wanted. We understand the issue, part of the issue of you feeling drained as far as scheduling. And that is something we can work on. You told me some of the things that you're not going to be able to do. So that's good. About yourself as far as you're not going to be able to go home and study. You're not studying on Sundays. So that helps you make it easier to make a schedule and use your time wisely and different so you won't feel as drained. So for next session, I'm thinking that we have all this information. We can sit down and talk about different ways or skills and maybe think about different time slots where you can enter in those different things. So when you come back for the following session, maybe we'll see that you're not drained and it'll help you throughout your week.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes. That'd be
awesome.
That sounds great to me.
All right. Thanks, Loretta. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you, Dr. Mercedes. Have a nice one.